Hey. You're listening to Alaska Real Estate Podcast. I'm Chris Story, your host for great adventures in real estate. Today, you'll meet Dody Kettler. She's the Valley Board President, and Darlene Williamson, the Kodiak Board President. You'll find out what these boards are up to in 2013, right here on what my mother calls the greatest show on earth, Alaska Real Estate. Alaska Real Estate made possible thanks to the Alaska USA Title Agency team. With offices all over Alaska, you'll find out why so many are turning to Alaska USA Title Agency. I've told you before, with every transaction, they make you feel like it's their only one. A big thanks to Crystal and the entire Alaska USA Title Agency family. They're online at alaskausatitle.com. Now, let's meet some presidents, shall we?
I'm Darlene Williamson, the Kodiak Board of Realtors President for 2013 here in Kodiak on the beautiful island.
the coldest island in the world. Well, maybe not the coldest.
I don't think it's coldest.
It's pretty cold, but, you know, I love Kodiak. I think it's beautiful. How long have you lived there?
I've lived here since 1977.
Okay.
77, a long time.
You know that island well, then?
I do.
What's your count for realtors?
What are numbers? Right now we have 10 realtors. We lost one early this year who had been in the business for 10 years, and she decided she wanted to do something different. So she's taking a different venture, and we wish her well. 2012 was an interesting market because we had probably the most homes for sale that I have ever seen in the 18 years that I've been doing real estate. So that was quite impressive. Of course, we had a really nasty winter, too, so that really didn't help much. But I think that kind of spurred the momentum of getting the houses listed and people trying to get off the island because it was so bad for winter.
We're laughing with you.
I don't get that, but...
Yeah.
But anyway, so far this year in 2013, it's been kind of slow, a little slower than usual. We don't have as many homes. We only have a handful. And we kind of have a split market. We have some lower-end homes, and we have some higher-end homes, and we don't have very many in the middle. And it had been last year in 2012, our middle homes ranging between the 250 and 300 mark were the ones that were selling the quickest and on the market the least amount of time. Right now, we're still looking at the homes that are in, well, a lot of homes that are being looked at are in that same range, but we do have a few of the older Aleutian homes that were built in 1950s that are on the market. You know, they're still there, let's put it that way, and those are ranging around 185 or so. So even those lower-end homes aren't going right now.
And the Coast Guard represents a pretty big sector of your market, I would imagine. Are you finding that Coast Guardsmen coming in and out are wanting to buy or maybe rent? What's the market looking like there for them?
Well, historically, the market has been really good with the Coast Guard. Unfortunately, some of the Coast Guard came in at our high-end market, and that was like several years ago. And so they're trying to turn them over and at least makes, maybe $10,000 to $15,000, maybe $50,000 off the sale of their home. Mm-hmm. But they're not seeing that. It's just a really stable market.
Are people optimistic about what 2013 is going to bring, economically speaking, to Kodiak and Alaska in general, or on the opposite side of that coin?
I sit with the chamber on the chamber board, and obviously, because that's our primary focus, we're looking for a very positive and economic swing up, I guess you could say, for Kodiak. I'm not really sure what the fish market is doing right now as far as fish prices for the fishermen, but I do know that they're out there doing it, so all the better for them. And, again, with the Coast Guard and their shopping, I mean, let's face it, Kodiak doesn't have much with regards to shopping availability. We have one big store, and then we have a couple little stores, and a lot of people shop off island, which is really kind of a shame. Kodiak is Kodiak. It's not like any other place that I've been to in Alaska, and it probably never will, but it's a great place.
Hey, did you, speaking of the one big store you've got, did you get a chance to go down and meet Pitbull when he came up to Alaska?
I don't even know who he is.
So I take that as a no?
Not only did I not know, not did I care.
Oh, I thought that was pretty funny.
Had to say, but he didn't perform or anything, so, I thought that was, if you're coming up for to Kodiak. I mean, of all places, at least do a performance.
Right, exactly. Just go out and do a meet and greet, I guess, was
that's exactly what they did.
interesting. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't fly over for it then.
Yeah, really.
Well, I thought that was pretty cool. Did you guys enjoy some press out of that? Did anybody try to reach out to businesses and so forth from other parts of the country and do stories on Kodiak after that?
Kodiak has been all over the television, quite frankly. Not to boost my own horn, but I recently did an episode of Buying Alaska where we did the episode is called Bare Necessities, and, took out a hunter and his son to 3 different remote properties on the island, and that was a ton of fun. And then, of course, we've got the Discovery Channel, who is working, with the fishermen, and, of course, Deadliest Catch, and, we're really in there. We're on the market. We've got a great visitors bureau who's promoting Kodiak. We get cruise ships in here, and, we've got quite a bit of that going on.
Do you have any goals or things that the board wants to accomplish this coming year? What will 2013 look like for the Realtor Board in Kodiak?
Well, one of the things I'm trying to do and get out there is to educate the home sellers primarily. Let them know what realtors really are about. We're not all about the big dollar that they think they're spending for our services. But we do a huge, huge service for them that they would probably benefit more so than if they were doing it themselves. The home seller has such a commitment or an attachment to their home that they can't see that maybe they're undervaluing their home or maybe they've got it overpriced. That's really what it's all about, is just the education portion for both home sellers primarily and then the home buyers.
And you guys are very strong with RPAC traditionally in Kodiak, right? I mean, you guys meet and exceed your goals typically.
Our goal is 100%, and we've been able to match that or make that pretty much. Last year we lost our trophy, which was really kind of disconcerting. And this year my goal is to get that trophy back, and I think we're pretty much done that.
That's it, laying out the gauntlet early in the year. I like that.
I like that too. It's definitely positive, and I haven't even finished yet, so we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
All right. Well, good for you. And any final thoughts from Kodiak as we close out?
Well, I just wanted to let people know that, out of that, our 10 realtors, we do have 3 offices now. We have a new one that just started off. One of the realtors that used to be with Alaska One Realty has branched out into her own office of RE/MAX of Kodiak, and we wish her well, but in the meantime, Associated Island Brokers, Alaska One Realty, and RE/MAX just are looking forward to a very positive and team effort in getting homes both listed and sold and being out there for the public in general.
Very well. Thank you so much, Darlene.
Thank you, Chris. Have a great day.
Dody Kettler, president of the Valley Board of Realtors.
What's membership looking like? Are you guys up in numbers or down? How's that looking?
We are up, not by a lot, but we're up a little bit and hoping to be up a little bit more soon here coming up. But right now I think we're up about 10%.
Oh, that's terrific. And what kind of, put that in perspective of numbers, how many people are we talking about, licensees in the Valley Board?
Getting close to 200.
Tell me a little bit about the Valley market.
I think it's very similar to 2012 so far. I think percentage-wise, what we have on the market, what we're closing is very similar. The volume seems to be up just a bit, which makes me feel like maybe our prices are coming up a little bit. But percentage-wise of pendings, closings, that kind of thing, active listings is very similar to last year.
And what about the mood of realtors? I mean, are people, you said you're up in numbers a little bit. That's usually a pretty good sign that people are anticipating, a good market, a good, strong market ahead. Is that the sense from your membership you're feeling like that they're optimistic or pessimistic? What's the prevailing thought?
No, I think there's a lot of optimism out here. The Valley's going to grow. So we've got a lot of new construction going on, a lot of new realtors that are anxious to get moving, a lot of us older folks that are excited about the future. So I think it's real optimistic out here.
Us older folks, come on.
Yeah, well, shoe fits.
It's orthopedic shoe. Well, tell me a little bit about your board in general. So you've got a full complement of board members, no doubt. And do you guys have any big plans for fundraisers? Where are you headed from the board's perspective?
Sure. We have a fantastic board, full board with an EO that's been here for a few years now who's just rocking our world out here. And so we're renting out our building, which is coming along really great, because we don't have a whole lot of non-dues revenue for us out here. So we renting our building, which is going wonderful. We've started some new committees. We're starting some new items for our members. We're highlighting our affiliates. We have great speakers coming up and really active in our PAC, shooting for 100% participation this year, and so it's really going well.
Do you anticipate getting the award for the most participation? I know Kodiak is really hoping to take that back to the Rock, but I don't know. Maybe Valley's going to have it.
I anticipate winning that. Yes, I do.
All right, good. Got to have goals. This is good. Is there a vital commercial market in the Valley?
You know, I'm optimistic on the commercial end, too. We're seeing some pretty big stuff happening out here. There are some exciting big construction ventures going on out here, and some that we are just hearing rumors about. So I think it's optimistic all the way around out here.
What are the rumors? Like a new store, like an Olive Garden, or like a big store or something's coming to town?
Lots of rumors, yeah. Big, well, I mean, we know we have something coming in out here at the Wasilla Commons, owned, I guess, by the Tecotnu people that did the big out there work holes is in Anchorage.
Mm-hmm.
So we know we have something coming, but we don't know that there's anything been on paper yet. But that could be big.
Yeah.
The Native Hospital's opening next month out here. The prison's continuing to fill. The rail belt and the mine. And so we have all sorts of stuff going on out here.
Pretty diverse, what you're describing. I mean, you're not really dependent on any one thing. It sounds like a pretty diverse economy in the Valley.
We probably have one of the most diverse economies out here. Obviously, you know, heavy on the commuters, but people are finding affordable housing out here, and Anchorage is struggling to keep any inventory at all. So there's really good values out here.
Well, you mentioned education. What specifically?
Our big goal this year is to get a lot of new teachers. And so our education committee is working hard to get teachers trained and classes, ECE classes approved with the state. So we're working very hard on that. We'll be bringing lots of ECE and then, of course, all the DCE because it's a licensing year. We did GRI and ABR last year, and so this year we're just focusing on all of the getting new teachers and all of the requireds. So we'll be offering those like crazy all through the year.
Awesome.
The Valley Board of Realtors is really gung-ho this year, bringing back all sorts of wonderful things and activities. Our convention's going to be fantastic. We are hosting the state convention, and I have a meeting in about an hour on that. That's going to be incredibly exciting. So look forward to a phenomenal convention this year, hosted by the Valley in Anchorage at the Captain Cook. So I think we're really excited about being able to bring that to the state membership this year.
All right, everybody's favorite Valley girl, Dody Kettler, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Chris.
You have to love the Alaska Housing Finance Corporation radio and TV theme, their ad campaign that's been going on for a while. They're promoting your industry all over Alaska. Check it out.
Jen and Matt just bought their first house thanks to the great interest rate they got from Alaska Housing Finance Corporation. AHFC's free home choice class made it easier than deciding what to do about Matt's new holiday sweater.
My mom loves you.
Not so sure about that. Look at this sweater. It's hideous.
It's not that bad. It looks festive.
Visit ahfc.us to sign up for a home choice class or to learn about AHFC's first-time home buyer loan.
It lights up.
AHFC, opening doors for Alaskans.
Here's a quick program note. Now, many of you enjoyed and have told me such, and I appreciate that, our last podcast with Phil Ehrenman. Well, just a reminder that throughout this year, we'll be exploring health, wealth, and prosperity. So coming up in future podcasts, you'll meet Mary Jo Cambridge. She's a personal trainer to names you know in the tennis world, big names. And she herself was once a professional baseball player out of Tampa, Florida. We also have authors, speakers, and investment coaches lined up as well. So keep your browser pointed here to all things prosperous. That's it for this edition of Alaska Real Estate. Sandy Erdman's your executive producer. For all of us here at Alaska Real Estate, I'm Chris Story, wishing you health, wealth, and prosperity.